refers to any element in the communication process that interferes with communication effectiveness. I have told us that noise literally means unwanted sound. Is someone getting me? Unwanted sound. Noise usually distracts. If maybe husband and wife are talking with each other, and then a child shouts in, what would the father say? He said, "Shh, I'm talking with your mom. Right? Get out from there." Now that shows what? That noise, that voice, that shout from that child constitute what? A noise to the communication that was going on. So know also in communication there may be some distractions. Are we getting? Distractions are also part of communication process. Distraction refers to any element in the communication process that interferes with the communication. Anything that interferes with the meaning of the message presented by the preacher during the church activity. Anything that interferes. Sometimes roaming. Roaming is a noise factor. Let's talk about incessant movement of people from one side of the church to the other. That's a distraction. That's a noise factor. Even murmuring, that's a noise factor. That can constitute a distraction. There are also other different forms. But when we look at this noise factor, we see under communication, this noise factor, there are different forms of noise. Different forms of noise factor. We have what is called semantic or syntactic noise. We have environmental noise. We have moral noise. Now, we also even have cultural noise. Now, what example like environmental noise? In the arena, in the environment that you are presenting your message, there may be some noise that may constitute a distraction. Example, generator is an environmental noise. The sound of generator is an environmental noise. I remember some time ago, and then we have to deal with the report that we received from the teenagers class downstairs in our communities, in our education community. They said that generator there is disturbing those children there. And also, since we had to be opening our panes, this window, so the way you sing it distracts them. Because that is a way it distracts what the communication, smooth communication in that class downstairs. Are you getting? Now that constitutes what? Environmental noise. Example, cultural noise. The dressing of worshippers can constitute what? What is termed as what? Cultural noise. Cultural noise. Now, there are all these things talking about are very important in church communication. When you are communicating in church. God will help us. Next month, we shall go into public speaking in the church. Public speaking in the church. So today we are looking at understanding communication in the church. Understanding communication in the church. In summary, remember, I've defined what communication is. That communication is what is the passage of information, ideas, to what between individuals. Now, when we come to church communication, it has to be what? Sharing or passing of information, belief, faith to what? To members of the church. And we have said that in church communication, there are some components. There are important things that should be noted. When you are communicating in church, take notice of these 6 components. The first component is the source. Every communication has a source. The person who preaches, that is the source. Is the source. And then every communication also has the message. The message is what the source passes to the audience. And then every communication also has what? Has the audience. Audience, that means the receiver. Now, and then every communication also has the feedback. The receiver does what? The receiver gives feedback, returns how they have understood the message to what? To the teacher. Then the teacher really has to be very observant of all this. The teacher has to follow this. The teacher also, while you are preparing everything, you have to take notice of what? There are some noise factors that can affect your communication, that can also make what? Communication. So take notice of this to properly communicate in the church. Communicate in the church and know how to manage your communication. Remember, we have said communication is a process. It takes time to build. Gradually, we shall be there. May God bless you in the name of Jesus Christ.
Amen. Thank you so much, Bishop. It's like the preacher went forward.
We've been on our topics a lot of times. When it comes to feedback in Kenya, it can be very mixed. You can actually almost not get the same reaction from everyone. Right? No matter how interesting the teaching or the sermon is, the moment you are close to, okay? No matter how interesting or wonderful your sermon or teaching is, right? The moment you're exceeding your time, if you look at Sister Sarah, you won't get the right feedback. Right? You are sure of that, right? So sometimes you're looking at Sister Sarah, you're probably looking at who else will I use? You're probably looking at Sister Udo, right? You are getting feedback, but there are two. One is asking you to write on. I'm not telling you what exactly are you see doing there, right? So how do you manage that? But more importantly, maybe we'll get to that when we discuss service leading. More importantly, what will be the feedback or the communication between the teacher or the seminary and the service leader? I say that because people have complained. We use different styles. And I think as a congregation, we need to come to the point where we say this is how it is done. There are service leaders that once you exceed your time, they will simply walk up to the pulpit. And if you're as big as Brother Chibuzo, even you as the teacher, you get a bit, you think he's going to beat you, right? There are people that will just be, from where they are sitting, they are giving you some kind of sign that can be distracted even to the audience. There are those that will write a note and come and give you to tell you you have 5 minutes or time is up. We have used different ones. I don't know if this is the time where we need to agree as a congregation. The right to a service leader will give you the feedback so it doesn't become a problem or a distraction. Thank you.
Yeah, everything, we are talking about communication in the church. Everything boils down to what Paul says in 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 33. He says what? He says, in the house of the Lord, things must be done decently and in order. So that shows that for the source or for the speaker to really do well in his communication, there should be a kind of established pattern, principle in the organization. So because when that is established, everyone establishing that becomes a standard. That becomes a standard, and it will help even the service leader or whosoever. This is standard. Everyone is aware of it. When someone goes against the standard, it can only be we can say consideration, but not totally laying off the standard. So that standard, that organization in the church, in this case, should set the principle, and every leader follows it. It doesn't mean we are human beings. We are frail. Sometimes something happens, consideration can come in, and in such consideration, the people also, the audience. There are some people that are so fixated. There's also need to be what? No law, so as you with human beings, even God understands. Is what? Is so is non-flexible. In the midst of putting a standard, there's also some ground of what? Flexibility. Though not always, at some occasion. Are you getting? So everyone should take control. Everyone should know that. Everyone. I know sometimes they may plan that worship today will end by 12 o'clock. Then what about a situation while worship is going on? A brother slumps. A sister slumps. Oh, we must 12 o'clock. The men after worship what? You bring the brother here. Then what happens? Before you know, worship changes to what? Singing. and calling friends to pray for that brother. He is sit low. And just talk. And then that means the main thing someone has to get them. We worship the God first. There's a standard, no doubt. But sometimes something may do what? May make something small shift. And we should all understand. Thank you.
I think that's all the questions. You're right.
Yeah, but honestly, I don't know if it's time. I would rather for service video. We are agreed the best time. The best way. So you give the teacher either for the time itself or I think on the time.
Yeah, for the same thing we have said the standard is what? Using the and good teachers, including me should be. And I've also seen the way like what brother does sometimes there's how you do it, give the person just have mark his time. It's how you also do it with politeness, not insulting them. No, everything matters. That also matters. Don't come collect mine. I've seen a situation where somebody else has said, brother, it's like I'm going to answer question with you. I know gradually, the speaker will know that he has to do what? And nothing also that. The speakers do not have any occasion. I mean, next, so you should be reading. It gives you time, 15 minutes. Do what? Show that respect. No matter what you are, whether you are elderly than him. Are you getting? No elderly than him. He is the leader at that time. You can only appeal. Brother says, I think this. If he says, come. And then you go, me, I am. No, I've seen that attitude here. You can remember, I told the brother that if he repeats that here, if that was what he used to tolerate, he repeats that here will not give you work. But then some of you know. So that is everything your name is mandate. Are you getting? Do not quarrel with someone. This life easy. Great. Brother, please don't come this. When you come and want to show things, we'll tell you.
I've already placed one on the stage, so we
need the best example. If you cannot show good example,
no, we'll fix that. This one.
President is quite rough right now.
Moving around.
President,
Let me hold this.
as church workers, I want to get to. I've told us that one thing that will help you in this ministry as a church worker is be a friend of books. Are you getting? Be reading. Is someone getting me?
Yes.
As we are beginning to enter this aspect of communication and public speaking, read. When you pass by some books, talks, visit them. Look for some books. You can ask people. You have any books in public speaking. Do what? Read. Are you getting? Reading is what makes a man. Reading. This reading does not mean I know go to school. There are still small things that you can, small books that you can read to just build yourself. That pidgin English, you can communicate. Read. Get books and read. For these church workers, I want to recommend. Brethren, save your money to buy some books on policy. If you check online, you can have some. You can be ordered online, or you visit some bookstores. You will have. I have a some brethren across the country that have some books like this. Then they can send it. At least everyone knows the teacher church.
You want to call somebody, but he gave them somebody's phone number. A certain military man who helped him some time ago, and that the man confirmed to them that yes, he's a fugitive, but I didn't believe him. So that was how they said the best bet is not to take him to the police station. Trust police now. That was how they found somebody that they could easily charge because they kept it off about 2 weeks from his account. Charged him to court. Luckily, the magistrate himself understands the whole. The magistrate, good morning, sir. The magistrate himself understands the whole thing because on the day when he was charged, his brother, the magistrate
will ask you, will tell you the bookshop.
That's the woman now. Did he carry any of the charges? Was it in the night? Has anything happened from that before? No. So why have you decided to charge him? But then the magistrate has to act in accordance with the law by going on with the trial. So you have to remand him and then ask him to the vote sometime in next month.
It's very, very
And
important
date him and then
for the audience
the trial
and small.
commence.
So how can you
That
bring
the
it to
complainant should make
big
it
audience?
that they will start
So work on that. Thank you so much,
bail
Bishop.
is on ground.
But some of you that came late,
None of them are illegal.
there was a tip that Bishop gave us.
He gave us the
If you see
address, he
bread,
doesn't have the
you feel like
freedom of any of
taking
his
it.
siblings.
That gets
He
it.
was the address of one of his siblings in their family.
said
When
in
Peter
Psalm,
traveled within the week,
you don't need
Peter
to
went
watch
to
Bible
he didn't find the
foundation.
person
You
there.
don't need to go from
Probably
Genesis
Sam
to
even
Revelation.
went, looked around
It's
the
only
whole
teaching
of that street.
that does
He
that.
was on that street for 2 hours.
So take that
Looking
way.
for
In Psalm, you don't need to go from Revelation to Revelation, or you don't have to preach. Just illustration is the work of someone. Why Bible quotation is the revelation of God bless you all in Jesus' name.